In lesson planning, a pre-lessons discussion to review the lesson plan with the mentee is an essential process. When conducted by a skillful mentor, invaluable insights can be obtained through comprehensive and strategic approach to lesson planning and eventual implementation. With the rich experience of a mentor, the mentee and the mentor can look at the lesson and decide on which aspects of that particular lesson to focus on. And during the class, conducting the classroom observation helps to establish professional norms so that the teachers welcome another set of eyes in the classroom and are very comfortable with observation data collected by a mentor or by another colleague. And we call this peer observation. And in Japan, this is called lesson study. And it is very, very well received. Observations and discussions provide valuable information and feedback that contribute to the professional growth. So both the mentor and the mentee will support this so as to make it work. Observations by a step-by-step process using a number of tools, protocols, along with suggestions for engaging in a meaningful conversation and feedback about the data after the lesson will empower everybody to be on the same page using the same terminology as they discuss the lesson observation after the class. We are now going to talk about before, during, and after lesson observation. It is very important that we have a lesson plan because it is a blueprint for the mentee to inform the mentor how he's going to implement the lesson. So a pre-lessons discussion to review the lesson plan with the mentee is an essential process. When conducted by a skillful mentor, invaluable insights can be obtained through comprehensive and strategic approach to lesson planning and very good advice on eventual implementation. The mentor and the mentee can agree on aspects of the lesson to focus on. During the class, conducting the lesson observation helps to establish professional norms so that the teachers should embrace this culture of having another set of eyes, another pair of eyes in the classroom, so that they are comfortable with observation data collected by a mentor or even by a colleague. So this peer observation is very, very useful. These observation data can become invaluable resources for the teacher personal growth and learning and development. In Japan, we call this lesson study. Observations and discussions provide invaluable information and feedback that contribute to the teacher's professional growth. So both supports the mentor as well as the mentee in ensuring that the lesson is very well developed and implemented so that these observations are guided by a step-by-step process using a number of tools and protocols, along with suggestions for engaging in meaningful conversations and feedback about the data after the lesson. After the lesson observation, it is important for the mentor and the mentee to reflect on that lesson, to talk about it. And in so doing, it is important for the mentee to realize what has happened during the lesson and to be able to identify the strengths, the weaknesses, and how to improve and why they should do it differently the next time round for certain aspects of that lesson. So in doing so, you could use that observation tool that we have agreed earlier, and in that conversation, we can talk about the feedback, we can talk about why certain parts will lead on to the next part, and in doing so, you'll be able to identify the next steps to support the teacher in moving the classroom practice forward. So this is the before, during, and after cycle. In short, we just call it BDA cycle. It allows the mentor and the mentee to engage in this collaborative process of classroom observations and reflection, and feed into the next cycle of planning the next lesson. So in that supportive and nurturing environment, this exchange of ideas with trust will enable continuous improvement as well as an ecosystem where everybody grows and flourish in this learning environment. Finito!
Bravo. Bravo.
I never sit still for so long.